Hey guys, it's Liam here, and welcome back to another video. Here's for George Floyd. Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter!
Matter! Black Lives 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 Matter!
See, I told you it was real hashtag.
Oh yeah.
So many people here. Are they early?
Yeah. There is actually more people than I thought.
Yeah.
Enough is enough!
Enough is enough. 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 Enough is enough.
All right. So I really want to be really professional and inspirational when I came up here, but before I do that, God damn! That's what I'm talking about.
I was so scared. I thought he got mad at me for some reason.
It is amazing.
I thought he got
to
mad
see
at somebody.
Our community. Actually, can everybody hear me?
Yup.
Especially in the back up here. All right. It's amazing to see, our community come together for such an important cause. Our black community, take a look around. All these people here are to support us. They want change just as much as we do.
Yeah.
Our white community, take a look around. You're not alone. You guys can make the change. The black community can only do so much. We can only shout for so long. The change can happen within our white community. Dang. Try not to get emotional, guys. Sorry. So we got a whole slew of speakers here for this event. Different members of our community, both white and black, because at the end of the day, we all have to come together to make the change. Right. So before we get started, we have Juliana Press, right? Last name? Sweet. So she is a UN peacekeeper here. So she's just going to have a few words, and then I'm going to come back up and we'll get things rolling.
Thank you, Matt.
Apparently.
So my name is Juliana Prestes. I am a humanitarian worker with the United Nations, and I live here in St. John, right here on Germain and Princess. I'm here to beg each and one of you so we can all conduct this event in a peaceful and non-violent manner. I'm here to remind each of us that we have a lot of kids here. We have local politicians, and we have police and organizers. And I would like to beg the politicians not to use this event as a political,
Statement, right?
Agenda!
Yeah. Political statement or agenda.
There's our mayor.
So this is an event with a cause, and we should all focus on the cause. So I hope each of us have a great time, and thank you so much, Matt, for organizing this.
Yeah.
Thank you. So at this time, our mayor, Don Darling, is going to have a few words. Don, look at all these people. They want change. You're our mayor.
I'm not within 6 feet. I'm going to take this off because my glasses fog up. Wow. Just going to take this in just for a minute. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because it's what I've been hearing all week. It's what I've been seeing all over North America. It's what's landed right here at home for us in St. John.
Yeah.
Not okay, not acceptable, no way. How do we work together to make the change that we need to make? Sorry, bear with me. So first of all, I just want to say thank you to all the organizers. Thank you
This
to
guy's
each and
right
every one of
away.
you for coming out today. I don't like to be scripted. Scripted means have a bunch of notes. I don't like it. I like to speak from the heart. And the last couple of days I found myself not nervous, because I don't get nervous, anxious. What do I say? What words do I use? Let's start with love over it, right? What a powerful message.
Yeah.
So again, it wasn't nervousness, it was anxiousness. What word do you say? How as a leader, my wife's here, my mother-in-law here is here, my sister-in-law is here, my family's here, amongst the waves of people here to speak about change and to speak about hope and to redesign. And the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, I read an article just before coming up, and she said we're going to rebuild and rebuild until it's rebuilt. What a powerful message. We're going to do that together.
Yeah.
I wanted to, and somehow just in thousands of people, I'm not sure how this just happened, but I think it's because for 28 years she's been the best person in my life. Somehow I just caught my wife right over there, and I don't know how that happened in thousands of people, but hello Patty, and thanks for being here. I want to acknowledge with you some feelings, and as I say these out loud, I just wonder, you don't have to, but I just wonder if you would join me if you felt any of these feelings in the last week. If you just quietly put your hand up. Here's what I've felt. I've been sad. I've been shocked. I've been disgusted. I've been hurt, scared, lost. But I've also been inspired, focused, hopeful, calm, and optimistic. So I think what I just saw, and I want to acknowledge the shiver that went from my hair to my toes, the tingle that just went down my spine. Because what I just saw in this entire crowd is every single one of us have felt the same thing. I talked about the notes, and I didn't talk yet, but my thought coming to today was, how do I be the best human being I can be? And just join others who I've witnessed in the last few days doing the same. I'm here to listen today. I can't wait to hear, I've been reading your signs, I've been listening over the last number of days. And I want to say that as one of the leaders here, your message has been received loud and clear.
Yeah. That's good.
I wanted to tell you that today, and I'm absolutely inspired and blown away, but yet not surprised by this community. This park has likely not been this full for maybe 100 years. So congratulations. It means that we're here together. But as I was thinking about what to say over the last day, I wanted to ask you to think about this too. What do we do tomorrow? Right? How do we come together? I'm going to be part of the conversation and part of the solution. And how do we come together to have the right conversations matched with the right action so that George Floyd and all of the others that we've lost are not lost for nothing. Town meeting is one way we can do it, for sure. So, I'm just going to throw these away now because I can't keep track of it. I'll close with this. As I said, as we opened, I was anxious because it's a time and the need for such deep, deep change. And this community has signaled today that we're here together, we care, that Black Lives Matter, that systemic racism must not be acceptable in our community. We have to have the conversations about things like unconscious bias and how we're going to change and how we're going to redesign our community. So my closing remarks are this. What kind of community do we want to have where we thrive, not just economically, that's a piece of the puzzle, socially and culturally? It's up to us to redesign it. I'm with you. I want to be part of that conversation, but conversation without action is just a gathering. We need more than a gathering, and I'm so inspired by you, St. John. Thank you to all the organizers today, and you can count me in. Thank you very much.
Lysol white. All right, so not only is our mayor here in St. John completely on board, but as well as the mayor of Rothesay is on board with everything we're doing here. Now, she wasn't able to attend, but she did send along a letter. So we're gonna have Melody, who's part of our committee here for everything. So actually, before we get to that, I am just like a really, really small cog in the wheel. There was like a whole team behind me. So when I was sounding really good typing, a lot of people proofread that before I got posted. So we have like an admin group of like 10 people. Are you guys all able to get up here like right quick? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm stepping away because I'm gonna get enough attention all this time. So these folks here have actually been proofreading, adjusting everything I said before it hit social media. This event actually really wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for them. I owe them a big thanks. So can we just give them a round of applause? I thank you guys. I look forward to the stuff we got planned in the future. All right. So yeah, back to it. So the Rothesay mayor passed along a letter. Mel here on our committee is going to have a read of it.
Yeah.
So bear with me. This is my first time speaking in front of all these people. Oh my goodness. On behalf of the Rothesay Council, thank you, Matthew Martin, for organizing the Black Lives Matter event in St. John today. The issues raised at the Black Lives Matter movement deserve our understanding and response. Racism in all its forms, whether overt or insidious or intolerable and contrary to the basic human rights to live free from discrimination, Rothesay stands united and committed to unbiased government institutions. Our council condemns police violence against the Black community. We support police accountability and the elimination of racial profiling and applaud the commitment of the Kennebecasis Regional Police Force not to tolerate racism and serve our community in a manner that continues to earn your trust. Systemic racism and discrimination flourishes only when we turn a blind eye to its existence. Racism does exist in our community. We are all potentially part of the problem, and we all can be part of the solution. Rothesay Council is united in our commitment to meaningful, intentional actions to remove barriers and to help every member of our community feel safe, included, and protected. We are reminded that racism is deeply seated over generations. We support such as the posthumous award of the Order of New Brunswick to Abraham Beverly Walker for his inspiring achievements as one of Canada's first Black lawyers and for his commitment to civil rights in New Brunswick. When we encounter examples of prejudice, bias, and racism today, we personally speak out against them. Doing so creates and reinforces a standard for ourselves and the people around us. Rossi is committed to growing our awareness and understanding of our personal prejudices and to needed and urgent changes in our institutions. I cannot be with you today in person, but I assure you I am with you in spirit. Dr. Nancy, please.
Yeah.
Lysol. All right. So at this time, I'm going to invite Lee Song here. She is the executive. She is high up there with Prude. All right. So I'm going to invite her up here just to speak a little bit about Prude because they've been in the community for 40 years now, I believe, if not longer. Oh yeah, that's right. All right, Lee Song.
Thank you. What a crowd. Thank you, Matthew, and your wonderful team of diverse volunteers that made this peaceful march happening. And thank you everyone for being here. My name is Li Song. I represent myself. I represent Prude Inc. standing right here. Prude Inc. stands for Pride of Race, Unity, Dignity through Education. The organization was founded in 1981. It is to dedicate the full participation of all racial communities in the social, cultural, economic fabric of mainstream New Brunswicker life. We are standing here today. We look to the past, the sacrifices, and the stories that could drop tears, okay, and the incidents and the death of George Floyd. And we have to move forward. And we needed to move forward to end racial discrimination, to eliminate discrimination, and to stop today the systematic discrimination. Looking to the past, we have to recognize those lives and sacrificed, and to make today that we could happen right here standing. And we have to recognize our heritage, our culture,